Constantius II, the second son of Constantine the Great, inherited a vast and complex empire. His reign, spanning over 2 decades from 337 to 361 AD, was a tumultuous period marked by internal strife, external threats, and religious controversies. Often overshadowed by his father's legacy, Constantius II faced the daunting task of preserving the unity and stability of the Roman world. His story is one of ambition, struggle, and ultimately a struggle to escape the long shadow of his father. Born in Illyricum in 317 AD, Constantius grew up amidst the grandeur and intrigue of Constantine's court. He was groomed for power from a young age, receiving a classical education and military training. In 335 AD, Constantine bestowed upon him the title of Caesar, solidifying his position as heir apparent alongside his brothers Constantine II and Constans. This upbringing, however, did little to prepare him for the brutal realities of power that he would soon face. Constantine's death in 337 AD plunged the empire into chaos. Seeking to avoid the mistakes of the past, Constantine had divided the empire amongst his sons. Constantius II was left with the East, a vast territory stretching from Thrace to Egypt. However, this arrangement proved short-lived. The assassination of his 2 brothers, Constantine II in 340 AD and Constans in 350 AD, left Constantius as the sole emperor of Rome. The empire, however, was deeply divided, and Constantius's grip on power was far from secure. The East, under Constantius's rule, faced a persistent threat from the Sasanian Empire of Persia. The Persians, led by the ambitious Shah Shapur II, sought to reclaim lost territories and challenge Roman dominance in the region. Constantius led numerous campaigns against the Persians, most notably the siege of Nisibis in 350 AD. These conflicts, however, proved inconclusive, draining Roman resources and diverting attention away from other pressing issues. The ongoing conflict with Persia would cast a long shadow over Constantius's reign, and indeed over the future of the Roman world. Section 5. Religious discord, the Arian controversy and imperial authority. Constantius's reign was also marked by religious turmoil. He was a staunch supporter of Arianism, a Christian doctrine that denied the divinity of Jesus Christ. This stance put him at odds with the majority of the Western Church, which adhered to the Nicene Creed. Constantius's attempts to impose his religious views led to widespread dissent and accusations of heresy. The Council of Rimini in 359 AD, convened by Constantius to resolve the dispute, only served to further exacerbate the divisions within Christianity. Section 6. Consolidation of power, the fall of Constans and the weight of sole rule. The death of his brother Constans in 350 AD at the hands of the usurper Magnentius forced Constantius to confront a difficult choice. Constans had ruled the western part of the Roman Empire, and his sudden demise left a power vacuum that threatened the stability of the entire realm. Magnentius, a charismatic and ambitious general, seized the opportunity to declare himself emperor, plunging the empire into a state of civil war. Should he abandon the East to the mercy of the Persians and deal with the usurper in the West? The eastern frontier was under constant threat from the Sassanid Empire, and leaving it undefended could result in significant territorial losses. The Persians were formidable adversaries, and their incursions into Roman territory were becoming increasingly bold and frequent. Or should he remain and risk losing the West altogether? The western provinces were the heartland of the Roman Empire, rich in resources and strategically vital. Allowing Magnentius to consolidate his power there could lead to a permanent division of the empire, weakening it irreparably. Constantius was acutely aware that his decision would shape the future of Rome. Constantius ultimately chose the former, securing the East before turning his attention to Magnentius. He reinforced the eastern defenses, ensuring that the Persian threat was contained. This strategic move allowed him to focus his military might on the western usurper without leaving the eastern provinces vulnerable to attack. The Battle of Mursa Major in 351 AD, a costly victory for Constantius, marked a turning point in the conflict. Despite suffering heavy casualties, Constantius's forces managed to defeat Magnentius's army, weakening the usurper's position significantly. The battle was one of the bloodiest in Roman history, underscoring the high stakes of the civil war. Magnentius, defeated and despairing, took his own life in 353 AD, leaving Constantius as the undisputed master of the Roman world. With the usurper's death, Constantius was able to reunify the empire under his sole rule, bringing a temporary end to the internal strife that had plagued Rome. His victory, however, came at a great cost, both in terms of human lives and the resources expended in the conflict. The consolidation of power marked a new chapter in Roman history, one that would see Constantius grappling with the immense responsibilities of ruling a vast and diverse empire alone. Section 7. The apostates' rise, Julian and the challenge to Constantius. In an attempt to secure his dynasty, Constantius appointed his cousin Julian as Caesar of the West in 355 AD. This decision was not made lightly, as Constantius needed a trusted family member to manage the increasingly unstable western provinces. Julian, though young and relatively inexperienced in politics, was known for his scholarly pursuits and philosophical inclinations, which made him a unique choice for such a significant role. Julian, a man of great intellect and military skill, proved to be a more formidable challenge than Constantius had anticipated. His education in Athens had imbued him with a deep understanding of classical philosophy and military strategy. When he took command, Julian quickly demonstrated his capabilities by reorganizing the army and implementing effective strategies that led to several victories against the Germanic tribes in Gaul. Julian's successful campaigns in Gaul and his growing popularity with the army aroused Constantius's suspicions. The soldiers admired Julian not only for his tactical brilliance but also for his willingness to share their hardships. He marched alongside them, ate the same food, and slept in the same conditions, earning their unwavering loyalty. This bond between Julian and his troops was something Constantius could not ignore. Moreover, Julian's open rejection of Arianism and his embrace of traditional Roman paganism further alienated him from his cousin. Constantius, a staunch supporter of Arian Christianity, viewed Julian's religious stance as a direct threat to his authority. Julian's revival of pagan rituals and his efforts to restore the old Roman gods were seen as an attempt to undermine the Christian foundation that Constantius had worked hard to establish. The stage was set for a final confrontation between the two emperors. As tensions escalated, both men prepared for an inevitable clash. Julian's growing influence and the loyalty of his troops made him a significant contender for the throne. Meanwhile, Constantius, aware of the looming threat, began to consolidate his power and resources, setting the Roman Empire on a path towards a dramatic and decisive conflict. Section 8. Legacy of Constantius II. A reign marred by strife and uncertainty. Constantius's sudden death in 361 AD, while marching east to confront Julian, brought an abrupt end to his reign. He left behind a mixed legacy, a skilled administrator and a dedicated soldier. Constantius had struggled to maintain the unity of the empire against internal and external threats. His religious policies, while driven by sincere conviction, had deepened divisions within the Christian world. His attempts to secure his dynasty ultimately backfired, paving the way for the brief resurgence of paganism under Julian. Section 9. Conclusion. Constantius II remains a controversial figure in Roman history. His reign, often overshadowed by the legacies of his father, Constantine the Great, and his successors, is a period that deserves closer examination. His reign, sandwiched between the reigns of his illustrious father and his enigmatic successor, is often overlooked or dismissed as a period of decline. Yet, this era was marked by significant events and challenges that shaped the future of the Roman Empire. However, Constantius's story is a reminder that even the most powerful empires are fragile constructs, vulnerable to both internal and external pressures. His efforts to maintain the stability of the empire amidst constant threats from both within and outside its borders highlight the complexities of leadership during turbulent times. His struggles to preserve the legacy of his father, Constantine the Great, were immense. He faced numerous challenges, including political intrigue, military threats, and religious conflicts that threatened to tear the empire apart. To defend the empire against its enemies, both barbarian invasions and internal revolts required constant vigilance and strategic acumen. His military campaigns, though not always successful, were crucial in delaying the decline of the empire. And to impose his will on a divided church which was rife with theological disputes and power struggles added another layer of complexity to his reign. His involvement in religious matters, particularly the Arian controversy, showcased his determination to unify the empire under a single faith, offer a glimpse into the challenges of leadership in a world on the brink of transformation. Constantius II's reign, though fraught with difficulties, provides valuable insights into the resilience and adaptability required to lead an empire during one of its most critical periods.